Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am so excited. So today we are recording at night because I'm gonna have a very hectic weekend. I will not be able to record. So usually you see a beautiful background, the sun. Nah, today we're depending on the ring light. Literally it's 9:39 at night. So yeah. Right, before we get into today's video, I just want to say, you guys, thank you so much for the support. We are on 131 subscribers. Woo! That's not even it. In a month, y'all. What? I never thought I would get to that in a month. I thought it would take some time, So yeah, thank you so much guys for subscribing. If you are new, please do subscribe. And if you're a returning subscriber, I really appreciate the support. So let's get into today's video. So last week's video, I told you guys that I'm going to do like a part 2 where I tell you guys how we reached the point where we're like, we are done, right? So if you didn't watch that video, I'm going to put it up here, link it up also in the description. In the description box. Yes. Basically just a little recap. My fiance and I, we were dating in secret, hiding our relationship from our church. And the previous video I was explaining how hard it was and everything. And today's video I'm going to talk about the point where we were like, okay, we are done. So like I said last week, there's something an event that took place that led us to feel like this is not gonna work anymore. Okay, so let's get into the story. All right, so what happened? 2019 February or March, this happened. So guys, it was just a regular Sunday. I was happy that day, So I was in Pretoria. Oh no, let me start with him. So he's there in Free State. So the church we were in had like small branches, like kind of like small churches. So he was in the smaller church, but then on Sundays he would go to the main church. So he went to the main church, right? And fine, when he got to the main church, the main pastor there, asked everybody in the room if they had received his message, right? And my guy was like, no. Everybody said they received the message, but he said he didn't receive the message, right? And the pastor got curious, like, you didn't receive my message, you're the only one who didn't receive my message. And he was like, give me your phone. Let me see that really you did not receive my message. Did I tell you guys that was the day Mugai forgot to delete our conversation from the day before? So yeah, the pastor took the phone. And guess what? At the top of the messages is our conversation. Yeah. So he's like, the moment he was like, give me the phone, he's like, he handed it over. And then he's like, as I was handing it over, I'm like, oh, I forgot to delete the chat. So anyway, he forgot to delete. I mean, no miracle was going to happen right there. Obviously, he saw the messages, right? There was 2 messages, I think. One, I don't know what we were talking about. We're talking about money something. And the other one, it was, good night, I love you, those kind of, romantic kind of messages, And so the pastor was like, who is no. Okay, let me just explain the name part. Ne? My name is Nontlantla. Ne? And I mean, we knew there was a possibility that we might get caught. So he decided that he's going to call me with the name No, right? But he has a cousin who actually everybody calls No, like us No. And we kind of did that on purpose because we thought if ever we get caught, then there is an actual no, you know. So yeah, that day, thank goodness, he was referred on the message. He referred to me as no, right? So the pastor was like, "Who is no?" And he was like, "No is my cousin." Now he lied, but technically his cousin is no, Technically, I mean, not exactly the person he was talking to, but Anyway, so yeah, they asked who is Nono, and it's like, my cousin. He was like, do you tell your cousin that you love her? Like, yeah, I do. I mean, guys, let's be realistic. Yes. I mean, I do tell my family members that I love them, not all the time, but sometimes. But yeah, I mean, I don't know about y'all, but I do tell my family members that I love them, like, love you, when you're like seeing each other, huggies, love you, mwah, okay, I think it's normal. But anyway, so let's go to Pretoria. What was happening in Pretoria? Oh, girl was minding my own business. I think it was 3 o'clock, like literally church was out. I think we were cleaning the church. Yes, I remember very well. I was cleaning. I didn't have my phone. So those of you who personally know me, I always have my phone with me. I am one of those people who are like a little bit addicted to the phone. But I always have my phone with me. Literally, even like in the church service, I would ever have it in my pocket or somewhere on me, right? But that day, I just didn't have my phone. My phone was it was in my bag somewhere, So as I'm there cleaning, minding my own business, then there's this friend of mine, pretty close friend of mine. She kind of knew what was going on, but she was not really, She comes to me, hey, come here. I'm like, what? Like, why are you not talking? Why are you calling me to the side, But my heart went goof a little bit, because I'm like, why is she calling me to the side? What's happening? This is the thing, guys. When you're hiding, you always think you are caught. Even when people are not talking about that, but you're always like, do they know? Anyway, she calls me to the side and she's like, hey, I was told to tell you to take out your SIM card and throw it away. No, direct words. I was told to tell you to take out your SIM card, chew it, throw it away. And I was like, why? It's like, I was just told to tell you to do that. Weird. Okay, and then in my mind, obviously, I figured that, we are probably caught. But here's the thing about me. When I'm in trouble, or when things are about to go down, my mind works 10 times the usual. Like, the process things very quickly, So in my mind, I'm like, nah, don't panic. And I don't panic at all. The only time you'll find me panicking is if you tell me 2 days, 3 days before that, yeah, you're going to stand in front of these people, they're going to do this, they're going to do that, then I'm going to be nervous. If you tell me you have a whole presentation, what, like, the more days you give me to overthink this thing, I'm going to be nervous. But if you just come in front of me and tell me, hey, we are doing this now, in my mind, I'm like, okay, let's do this now. I don't have time to panic, right? So there, I was like, there's no time to panic. My mind was like, okay, let's think of ways to get out of this situation. So I'm like, okay, cool. I took my phone, and when I unlocked my phone, I got 4 missed calls. 2 from my boyfriend's number, 2 from a random number that I don't know. My mind was like, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to put the phone on silent, right? So that whoever calls from this point on, we do not answer them. Even if if the phone is on silent, we're never going to be tempted to answer their calls, right? So put the phone on silent, continue with my business, chilled, like nothing is happening. After cleaning, my friends and I walked to the taxi. Like life normal. Like nothing is happening. We're still chatty, laughing, being as normal as possible. Because I didn't want to give away that, something is up. Because people will start asking questions if you're like acting all strange, acting all stressed. Nah. I was like, nah, we'll see what happens. Anyway, 7 o'clock, I decide to remove at 7 o'clock. I think I had just gotten out of the taxi, walking to my house, and then I decided to remove my phone from silent. And there's like a number, like a Vodacom number calling, and I'm like, hey, okay. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, just put the phone on your ear and don't say anything until you hear who's on the other end. If you hear some random English, do not speak, just hang up. Anyway, I put the phone on my ear and I don't say anything. And I hear, hello. Nonsense, Kinna. I'm like, oh, Kinna means it's me. I'm like, what happened? He's like, okay, I don't have my phone. He still has my phone. The pastor still has my phone. But he got our messages. And I'm like, guys, not panicking. Like I told you. If ever you're in trouble, call me. I don't panic when I'm in trouble. So I'm like, okay. First, he's like, so take out the SIM card. Just throw it away. You know, when he calls, he will not find anything. I'm like, no, that's not, no. That is like giving away that something is happening. He's like, huh? What do you mean? I'm like, no, I'm not going to throw away the SIM card. Tell me what the messages said. He told me. I'm like, ooh, hold on. So on the messages, you referred to me as no, right? He's like, yeah, why? I'm like, no is your cousin. I can go meet her, or I can even go myself to Soshanguve and give her the SIM card. So when he calls, he can talk to the actual no. You know, then it destroys suspicions and any other questions that he might have. Unlike throwing away the SIM card, he's gonna be like, wait, I called this number yesterday, it went through, and then now it's not, you know. He's like, okay, so how are you gonna do that? I'm like, just get me her number, talk to her, we'll tell her the whole story, and I will meet with her. And that's what we did, guys. Plus, it was like I was done with high school. I was sitting at home doing nothing. I mean, I had time to go drop off a SIM card. And that's what I did. That's exactly what I did. Woke up in the morning, took a bath, and then went straight to meet. This was actually the very first time I met his cousin. Was it? And I think, yes, that was how we first time officially met in person. In a crisis disaster situation. But anyway, we explained to her the story, and she was like, yeah, sure, I will help you guys. She was very nice. She's very nice. She's a very nice person. She's a very sweet person. If you're watching this, I love you, Osno. But yeah, I gave her the SIM card, and indeed, the pastor called, y'all. And so she told us what the pastor said. Hi, is this No? Yes. Are you so-and-so's cousin? Yes, I am. Oh, okay. Do you send each other money? Yeah, we do. He's like my cousin. He's like my brother. Oh, okay. Do you tell him that you love him? All the time. We are family. I love him. Like, oh, okay. No, we were just, checking, whatever. I don't even remember the whole conversation. So, y'all, we we made it. We made it out of that situation. Out of a very horrid situation. So yeah, those of you, some people had my number, that telecom number, and it just disappeared. This is the reason why the number just disappeared, because I gave it away. I was like, we'll give people new number. Literally, I was okay with changing my phone number, because I'm like, we are not gonna raise any suspicions. So that is what happened, you guys. After that whole incident, we kind of like spoke about it, and we were like, nah, this is not how we want to do things now. Nah, this is like this whole hiding, the lying. No, it was too much. Something as innocent as being in a relationship, we felt like we were doing too much lie on a lie. So it was just like, now we covered this up, and then what are we going to cover again next time? Like, we were just tired. It was just so tiring. So we decided that, you know what, we are not going to wait for them to actually catch us. Because now that's going to be a whole different story now, you know. So we were like, nah, we're not going to wait for them to catch us. We are just going to like walk away from our positions and whatever's that we had in the church, and we just go do our own thing, you know. And of course, y'all, you know, there's this thing called bazotini abantu syndrome. We had that. I know I hate it a lot. Like, for the English speakers, it's just, you know, that thing where you're like, what will people say? What will people in the church think of me? What? I thought about that a lot. That, oh my gosh, people view me like this, and then now they're going to hear that I have left the church, I've left the position. What are they going to think of me? But then, y'all, for me personally, I was like, I do not really care what people will think of me. What is really important is, what is God thinking of me? I am a liar. Like, a liar. I am able to look people in the eyes and lie to them. I was like, nah, this is literally not pleasing God at all. So for us, it was, we'd rather disappoint people and their narrative of who they think we are than to disappoint God. Really, it was more for our relationship with God, nothing else. So yeah, we decided to just let go of our positions and also leave the church, because we don't want to be labeled. And yeah, we just didn't want to be labeled, you know. So, and guys, you might be like, well, how do you know they're going to label you? We have seen other people go through the same, you know. I'm just going to go quickly and read you guys something. So, you probably are like, how do you know you're going to be labeled and all of that? Like I said in my previous video, guys, we were not the first people to be doing this, right? So, the dating system didn't really work for everybody. So there were other people who did what we did, and some of them were kind of caught, and we witnessed what happens to them when they are caught, right? And just to give you guys an idea, somebody commented on my previous video. I'm just going to read their comment quickly for you guys. I'm not going to say the name because I don't know if this person is comfortable with being mentioned on the video. But if you want to see it, you can just go on my previous video and you will see the comment. She said, I am so in love with you. Sweet, lol. I literally experienced, this is what she said, I literally experienced 99% of all that you went through, and I was in your fiance's like church, right? Thank God my husband and I eventually got married 3 weeks back, and it's one of the best decisions I've ever made without looking back. Thank you for doing this. You were flawless and not bitter. You were telling stories that we didn't know how to put out there. Congratulations on your engagement. Guys, there's a lot of people that had to like hide it, you know. And because I've seen them being labeled and all of that because they were caught or because they have left and all of those kind of things. So that is why we decided that, okay, we're going to even change churches, because we would not even be there when people are talking about it. Like literally, we did not want to hear. So yeah, that is what happened. That is why we left. We have nothing against the church at all, but we just felt like some things didn't work best for us, and we found a church that works best for us, and yeah, that was it. So the lesson in today's video is pretty much the same as last week, guys. Do not let people, regardless of who they are, tell you how to live your life, especially if those decisions, they are not going against your faith, your morals, your values, and most importantly, your God. Do not sacrifice your relationship with God for anybody, literally anybody. And the most important thing is, your relationship with God is personal. You know, it's a personal thing. It's between you and God, not anybody else, not your family, not the congregation at church, not your friends. It's your personal relationship with God. I get a lot of messages from people from my previous church who are like, you left God, what. But I didn't leave God. I left the church. But my God, I never left my God. So it is important, guys, to understand that your relationship with God is a personal thing. The next person will not get it. And I don't blame those people who send me messages. I really don't. But the most important thing is you need to know yourself and you need to know where you stand with God, you know? So, yes. And I feel like COVID has showed us that at the end of the day, what is important is your relationship with God. Because, y'all, we haven't been able to go inside, well, here in America, we haven't been able to go inside a church building for the past year. So now, your relationship with God is literally between you and God. It has nothing to do with going to a church building, being seen by so and so that you're praying or what. No, it's a personal thing. So keep that in mind. It doesn't matter what the people around you are saying, as long as you know that your relationship with God is, then go for it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys next week in my next upload. Please do not forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below if you like the video or if you have anything. I love you guys so much.